Hello, everybody. Hope everybody have a wonderful day. I am G Lo, and today I'm about to be telling my stories. How do I make my Marta buses, and when will I make my Marta buses? But right now, when I'm gonna be telling my stories, I'm about to be drawing this anime girl named Yuno Gasai from Miraniki, or it's just another title. It's just another anime title called Future Diary. But I think that's what it's called, Future Diary. But that's what I'm doing right now. As you can see, this is my. I just did my own basic body, and I decided to draw Yuno Gasai for the first time. But I'm just showing you, just drawing her, Yuno Gasai from Future Diaries for the first time on my video. But right now, I'm just talking about when and how do I make my Marta buses. So as you can see, these are the Marta buses I want to show you on my video. These are the buses that I really like the most. This, as you can see, you already see, is number 2399, 2434, 2340, 2506 and one in yellow, and 2207 at the end. Now, what I'm drawing, Gasai from Future Diaries, I want to talk about my stories and when and how where I make my Marta buses. It all started like back like it all started like 3 years ago, and it's like back in August August 13th or August 14th. I think it was like August August I think it was like August 13th, 2015. It was like by the time I was deciding to go back to high school, but suddenly I actually don't. So I was like, it was just been to be honest with you, it was like a stressful month for me to go back there because I just don't want to see the same people from high school that I know from in my senior year. But back then, I already graduated, but I really didn't realize this is supposed to be for my college classes. I really didn't know, but I just don't want to go back and try to see these high schools. So maybe that's why. But anyways, well, I was still at home before I went back to school, and I actually look at this picture. Is this some guy who made this papercraft Marta bus? It was a 2000 New Flyer C30LF number 3010. Now, let's be honest right here. Um, the first time I look at that picture, I was really interested, and I was kind of like, wow, this dude made the Marta bus so good. He made that C30LF. I don't know what his name is. I don't know how he does it, but maybe he does it from the computer or something like that. But it just what the picture, what I looked at it, it also makes me decide if somebody gonna make Marta buses, what if I can't make the Marta buses? So like, excuse me, like 3 years ago, I have like what? How did I make my Marta buses? It was like the first time. It was like I made my first 2001 C40F, and it's number 2924 Marta bus. The old C40s LF Marta buses from early 2000s. That's all I remember. Number 2924 is the same bus that has already been filmed like back in 2014. And why I decided to make the Marta buses the way it looks like it. And I actually did. I decided to make a 2001 C40 LF Marta buses. And 2001 to I'm sorry, 2001 C40LF Marta Bus, number 24. I'm sorry, not 24, 2924. Number 2924 on Route 26. It was a video that I saw on YouTube like so many times. Perhaps you already saw it. Number 2924 on Route 26 Bankhead. Bankhead to North Avenue Station. That's where it was. But so suddenly I decided to make the Marta Bus as a paper craft, but it doesn't look like right now. It kind of looks like kind of different. See, thing is, I was like an amateur back then. The way I make my Marta buses back then, back in 2015, I use it as a white thick foam boards. If I can say that right, that may be a thick white foam boards. I don't know what that means, but it's a white piece of board. It kind of looks like a piece of cardboard, but it's a white, thick looking foam board. And what I did is, I just like I really didn't have no rulers. All I used was a pencil and a ruler, and so I can figure things out on my own. So it almost kind of turns out pretty good, but it just the front bumpers was kind of sloppy. It was just like I was like an amateur back then. I just don't know how to make my own Marta buses. I just did it my own way. So like I just made it like I just made Marta. I used to make Marta buses as a white thick foam boards. That's all. I think that's what I done. That's what I remember. So moving on to the next level, I was still continue making Marta buses. By the time, um, by the time we moved from Rochester Road to Randall Street up in Cleveland Avenue, I made like so many more Marta buses I can make. The way it looks like from in real life, I made like so many D40 HF buses, D35 HF buses, more Orions, more C40 LFF, C4. I'm sorry, C40 LFR Marta buses, and a whole lot of buses. I mean, I really like to make. I really like to make Marta buses as my own. I can figure out in the next future in my time if I can make my own Marta buses. I need to figure out how to make it in my own way. So right now, as I can see, this is how I make my Marta buses right now. But the first time I make my Marta bus, I was like an amateur, just like I said. I was an amateur how to make my own Marta buses, and that's the when I make my own Marta buses. So by the time I moved, me, my grandmother, my sister, my mom live in this house right next by Cleveland Avenue. I made like plenty more Marta buses I can make, so I can figure out how I can make my own in a good way. But mine was kind of alright. The first time I made a Marta train paper craft, I just used this big old white board. It's not like a thin white board. It's just a plain white board, so I can fold it together just like the rest of the buses right now. But it was like the first time I actually made a Marta train before. But I haven't made any Marta train. I just don't have no much time to do things for another because I've been like doing my own thing. I've been doing so much drawings, so much family. I've been doing so much family things going on in my life, and that's what's been going on to me all this time. But I'm still soon or later. I don't know. I'm gonna be making just I don't know, man. Like one more Marta train, and that'll be it for me. Just maybe like one more Marta train, and that'll be it for me. So that's all I know, and that's all I got say about how that I make my Marta buses and my Marta trains. But there's a lot more stories about me how I make my Marta buses. But as like you see right now, I mean like I use it as a sketchbook. Yeah, a mini size sketchbook. Not a mini size sketchbook. Let me see. A mixed media sketchbook. That's what it's called. I'm sorry, y'all. It was a mixed media sketchbook. That's what I used. Using a mixed media sketchbook is kind of a thick piece of paper, so I can make my own Marta buses with it. That's what I've been doing all these years now. So it's the way how I do it. So I just getting used to it. So I feel like I feel like I'm a really good being a pro how to make my own Marta buses in my own way. So I just use it as a looking every bus crash collect pictures from the internet how to make them. So I just like trace them. To be honest with you, I just like trace them sometimes, but I actually like copy and use them on my sketchbook. So that's how I do mine. So that's the end of my story, and so that's all I got to say about my stories and my when I make my Marta Bus collections. Maybe I haven't made any Marta Bus collections for like the past couple weeks because I've been doing so much family chores for my mom and my sister now. My grandma has been gone for like a couple years, and that's why I've been gone off here in Atlanta, Georgia. Been off at Atlanta for like a couple years. I've been really missing out things pretty much here in Atlanta, but at least I mean got a chance to do things that I really want to do in life here in Atlanta. But this is why I live here. I mean, I was born here in Atlanta. I love making buses. I mean, ever since I was a kid, I love riding Marta. Ever since I was a child, ever since I was born, riding Marta. So yeah, and doing so much drawing as well. As you can see right now, almost finishing Yuno Gasai from Future Diaries. Hope everybody liked this picture. So this is the end of this video. I'm G.R. Low. Hope everyone have a nice hope everyone having a nice day. I'm glad everybody is watching this video how to make my Marta buses and when I make my Marta buses, and drawing Yuno Gasai from Future Diaries. I will thank you all for watching this video. I will hope everybody have a nice day, and thank you very much. Goodbye.